Grandma here, letting you know something about shaving your beef. Don't you laugh at it. Your grandchildren will thank you when you shave your beef.
Why?
Because your grandfather will die with a smile. Welcome to Laughing at Strangers podcast. And let me introduce you to a man named Steve.
What are you gonna be so loud?
I don't know. This is Steve. This is Laughing at Strangers, if you didn't get any of that. Yeah, and forewarning, I might act a little weird, jittery, or say some weird shit, because I'm trying to quit dipping, and it's been 3 days, and I feel like I'm anxious and very nervous about something, and it's just like, my teeth are itching.
Also, by the way, it's Cody Marion here.
Yeah,
Duke.
hey,
What's up,
hey,
guys?
my wife's here. Everyone, look what I brought with you.
Still pregnant.
Yes. Doing fine.
Doing good. We found out the gender this Friday, so.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
Yes.
I can't wait. We both hope it's a girl, but like I've been saying, 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes, and 2 noses.
Nope. Not 2
One
noses.
noses.
One noses.
Give me some one noses.
Although Steve's mom did make a joke saying that if it's a boy, we need to name it Jason, since we found out on Friday the 13th it was a boy or girl.
Not
I
to
said
offend
no.
anybody out there, but I think Jason sounds like some kind of douchebag name. Hey, what's your name? It's Jason.
In all honesty, most
Yeah.
Jasons I have met have been douchebags.
Yeah.
In
But
some shape or form.
I haven't met too many Steves that's been a dick.
Yeah, no, well, there's so many. So many Steves.
I just can't stop moving. I keep wanting to touch the mouse, and I'm wanting to put stuff in my mouth. If anyone can hear me, let me put something in my mouth.
He's had a really hard time.
20 minutes gives me 2 dips.
He's what? He's tried stopping before, and he
Yeah.
did a really good job before.
Well, it's because last time I had the flu when I did, and I just did not want anything in my mouth. I couldn't breathe out of my nose or mouth.
I thought that was going to be the time that he was quitting. I was like, good. He'll never want to do it again. We'll save a shit ton of money. And I was wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I've done the math. If I cut out Red Bulls and dip, I would save $180 a month.
Because he drinks a Red Bull a day.
No, I drink more than just a Red Bull a day. It's like them $5 big Red Bulls, and sometimes I drink 2 a day.
Babe,
Yeah.
you are going to die by the time you're 40.
Yeah. But, yeah, and I totally forgot about the podcast today, too, so we're kind of because it's like 8 o'clock, and Cody comes up to me and she says, honey, we didn't do the podcast today. I'm like, my mouth is itching. I don't know if I should do it.
Ever since he stopped dipping, he has told me his teeth itch, his eyes itch, and every part of his body itches. Mm-hmm. Oh, and his mouth is sweating.
Yeah.
Not salivating, it's sweating.
It's fucking sweating. It's just salty. It's hard to explain. I might be overreacting, but I mean,
Yes.
I'm just saying that quitting something that your body is addicted to, it's fucking awful. I mean, it's literally, it just makes you feel sick. I feel like I had it up to here. You know that saying? I had it up to here with everything.
Well, it's above his head now.
Yeah, it's above my head. Like, you just like Wendy's. I'm mad at them, but I don't know why. It's like, I feel every emotion that I possibly
Maybe
can.
because that's the only okay place to eat around here is fucking Wendy's.
Yeah, I love Wendy's fries. Don't get me wrong. That's the only place I like to actually eat their fries is Wendy's. That's that's all we have over here. Wendy's and Hardee's.
Yeah. So if somebody could bring in like any other chain, that would be great.
Like Taco Bell.
No, not Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Forget Taco Bell.
And
although,
what's wrong with Taco Bell?
if you go to the local Mexican restaurant, they will rip you off because somehow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't get me started on this. And I just okay. I've known they've been doing this for a while, and a lot of people's complained about it, and I'm like, well, I really hadn't seen anything done it. So we went for lunch for the very first time ever to this local Mexican place. So we go in there, and we eat it's lunch, so everything's pretty cheap, and I get 2 alcoholic drinks, so everything was supposed to be around $26, and after tax was like $30-something.
Yeah, it was no more than 32.
Yeah,
32 was gonna be the max.
Then he looks at me and says, all right, it'll be $32 and some odd cents. I said, okay. And I turned my head for a second, and he changes it to $44 and some odd cents.
Yeah.
And then right when I put my card in, it doesn't say anything. I'm like, okay. And then we look at the receipt. It doesn't say what he charged you for.
Yeah, it doesn't say like what each item was charged for. You know, like some of them they'll actually list out everything. Theirs never does. It always just says the total and then the tax and then you sign and put a tip or whatever. And we got 2 lunch portions because you know they have the lunch specials. They're like $6-7. We got 2 of those. The drinks were, I don't know, $6 a piece, $7 a piece.
I got a Bloody Mary and then a Sprite and vodka. And
Yeah.
which is a pretty cheap, shitty shit anyway.
Well, I guess you have to say bottom shelf unless they're just charging top shelf for shit.
But why
vodka.
would they charge me and tell me how much it's going to be and then just add a shitload of more?
I don't know. I can't figure out where almost $10 come from. Like I can't, or $10, $11.
And if anyone knows us or ever been to that restaurant, it's always the guy that goes whoop.
Well, we didn't have to name out who, but
Well, I'm not naming his name. He just does that all the fucking time.
And I'm not
Whoop.
I'm not saying that I don't like the restaurant. I love it, but that noise gets really bothersome
It does.
after a while.
You're over there eating, and next thing you know, you're like, "Hey, honey, so how was your stressful day? Whoop! How was your whoop?" Like, fuck.
It's
Like,
and
God
I'm 80.
damn it, shut up! Sorry.
I'm 80% sure that the drunk guys that come in always like egg him on because they think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And
I caught him at Walmart, and he was doing the same thing.
He does because it's such a small town. Everybody knows who he is. So then he just does it everywhere. I partially think he might have Tourette's.
Yeah.
And that's just the thing he does.
Because
and
he was
everybody
sitting
thinks
at the
it's his
checkout
personality.
counter. He was sitting at the checkout counter at Walmart buying stuff. Whoop! Here you go. That would be $10. Whoop! And it's just like, okay, he's the whooped man. Our town is so small, and he's very well known. So if anyone listens to this that's near us, they will know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, they would. But going along with Steve quitting dip, we were coming home from getting groceries today, and Steve's really bad about leaving old dip cans that are empty and dip bottles everywhere. So
Yeah, I do have a problem, and then I'm quitting. And before she tells you that, the reason I'm quitting is because I don't want to do it no more. And I'm getting ready to have a child, and I don't want to be one of them people saying, hey, you shouldn't do tobacco. It's bad for you, even though I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give them an excuse, and they will never know that I've done it before.
Well, and then you don't give them the availability for them to get it here. I mean,
And-
they can get it from their uncles, but...
Yeah. And plus, I mean, with me quitting, it'd probably be a lot easier without a child right now. But I feel like if I had a screaming baby in my ear trying to quit, I probably won't quit.
Well,
I didn't know where that was going.
But I can see, I mean, that's pretty much with anybody trying to quit on any addiction. But anyway, so he finds this bottle that's got a little bit of dip spit in it.
Mhm.
Mind you, I don't know how long it's been there.
It's probably been a week.
So you can only imagine.
But it's not full, so you
And
don't throw it away.
And it's summer.
Mm.
So he goes...
It's ripe.
We were going down the road, and he has this habit that sometimes he will throw things out the window. So he goes to throw
Only
it.
shit that I don't want to deal with.
Anyway.
Hey, that's good. You're telling shit on me on the podcast. I could get in trouble for that.
Okay, well, how do you want me to explain that? Pause
No,
it
I don't
then.
give a fuck. Go ahead and do it.
Okay. Anyway,
do
it was
it
just
all the
one
time.
thing. You don't do it all the time.
I'm a monster. Sorry, continue.
But anyway, so he goes to throw it out the window. And he throws it out butt first, which makes all of the contents
No
spill
lid.
out on him.
Yeah.
Because it has no lid on it. And so I think this is instant karma because I hate whenever he does
Because
this.
when I saw it, I could smell it, and I really wanted tobacco when I smelt it, and I'm like, oh my god! So I wanted to get rid of it immediately. And we're driving down the road, and I'm like, I need to get rid of this fucking shit immediately because there's a can sitting in the dash, and I didn't want to grab for it. And I'm like, okay, I need to make this easier on me. So I throw it out the window butt first, like she says. And then when I did that, sometimes, when you throw shit like that out, it kind of comes back at you. I'll let Cody finish it.
Yeah. So it comes back in on him, spills all over his hands, all over his face, all over his shirt, the window, and immediately he goes, "Ah!" I mean, the pitch and everything, like he was screaming like a bitch.
Let me reenact it to you. You hear, I'm trying to quit.
No, he goes, it's on me! It's all over me! I'm trying to quit!
It smells so good.
Yeah. So I had to grab napkins and throw them on him so that way he could get it off of him. But he just kept screaming over and over again.
It was nasty. It was nasty as hell. It smelled like how like a porta potty would smell mixed with like. It smells like Works trash cans.
I'm trying to quit.
Just imagine like 90 men spitting in the same trash can filled with sawdust and old bananas.
Ew.
That's what it smelled like. That's what
Bananas?
fucking trash cans at work smell like.
How many of y'all eating bananas?
I do. So there's a whole bunch of grown men spitting on top of my banana and just ate. I mean, after I eat it, of course. They're not spitting on my banana.
I think that's a euphemism for like a bukkake, isn't it?
A euphemism. Call that a redneck bukkake.
Ew.
You're all spitting the same hole.
It's a banana bukkake.
Make a shirt like that. Put a picture of a banana with a big old wad of dip in its mouth with a cowboy hat and spitting in the same trash can that all the other bananas are.
Ew.
Yeah, but hey, another good thing about it, I won't be doing it during the podcast, so you won't hear me lisp as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and
true.
I'm more energetic, as you can see.
Yeah.
I have not stopped moving since 3 days.
He's very.
I bought nicotine gum, which makes me nauseous every time I put it in my mouth.
Yeah. So he can't even use that. We were gonna get patches,
Which
but
was
the
like
patches.
25 milligrams.
Was not only that, but they're like $15 for the first step,
Yeah.
$25 for the second step, and $25 for the
I
third
just did
step.
not think it was worth it.
No,
I mean, especially if it might not fucking help.
Well, and they say on the pack, like, if you smoke so many cigarettes a day, well, you know, he does smokeless. So it's just like, what's the equivalent? What's the difference between, you know, how many dips versus how many cigarettes?
Yeah.
So we really don't know. So he's just been very antsy and very jittery.
I'm over here just grabbing the mic back and forth.
Yeah,
while
he
he's talking.
is. That's why I keep changing.
Help it.
I gotta get him some fidget spinners or something.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And if anyone out there is wanting to quit tobacco, don't do it.
No, do it. It can be done.
Yeah,
It just.
If crackheads can stop doing crack and meth, I think I can do stop talking. Stop talking. Fuck, I can stop fucking dipping. God darn it. And by the way, any of y'all people out there like to say the GD word, God damn it. If anyone likes saying that, I developed a new phrase you can say to make yourself feel better. Like my wife always says when I say it, you're going to hell! I'm like, all right.
I do not.
You have to say, Bob, damn it.
Bob, damn it.
Bob, damn it. And if you have a friend named Bob, please apologize for me.
Sorry,
I
Bob.
say his name in vain about every day. But I can tell you now, the GD word really gets your point across.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. But for some reason, why does it make people laugh?
Well,
So
I
you're
don't
telling
know.
a joke, or let's say I stubbed my toe in public and went, God damn it! Someone's
Okay. Well, I mean,
going,
if you say it like that, like, that's pretty funny.
God damn it! Why? Why?
I wish you could see my dog. She's staring at Steve like he's lost his mind.
I love you, Dory.
She-
Go fuck yourself, you judging me. I'm surrounded by empty dip cans. This is not healthy. The fuck, who put these here?
You put them there. This is what I've had to deal with for the past 3 days.
Yes.
It's been awful.
I did, Friday, I did have a really cool thing I want to talk about, like lessons. Lessons I've learned.
What's your lessons?
I don't know, I'm trying to think. Let's see.
Obviously, you didn't learn them if you don't remember them.
Finger fucking. Don't finger fuck stuff.
No, I feel like you need to elaborate.
Well, Dad, when I was younger, every time you're trying to, like when we build stuff or wire stuff up with him, when we was younger, we done a lot of shit with him to help him, like build porches, build houses, build buildings and shit like that.
Build. They had to build.
Build. And if we're like playing around with a screw or a nail too much or taking too long to put that screw in, we're little children. We're gonna play. So he would turn around and shout, "You're finger fucking it, boys! You're finger fucking it!" And then he'll come over there and yell, "Hold what you got!" And then we're like, "What do we got? What do what we got, Daddy.
We don't. Are we supposed to have something?
We don't even know what we got. Like, where's the wood? We're just throwing shit together. That's mostly why I can't read a ruler. I never held what I got. And I finger fucked everything I touched.
And that's how I fell in love with him.
Yes. Lesson learned. There's another lesson I come up with so many. It's like cause and effect lessons throughout my life that now that I'm older, I will now be able to teach my child not to do it.
Well, I learned a lesson about how to trick people that pretend like they don't understand what you're saying. To know if they actually do understand what you're saying. One of my coworkers was talking about this police officer that pulled over this van full of Hispanic guys, and none of them had licenses. None of them, could speak English supposedly.
This work now?
Huh?
This work now?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. Why was that?
Go ahead.
But anyway, so
this happened to you?
No, he just told me about it.
Oh, okay.
He said that the police officer pulled him over, and nobody would say who was driving, because that was really the main one that was going to get in trouble, was who was driving, because the car was registered to somebody else. They didn't have any ID, so he was just like, I need to know who was driving. The no habla inglés, no habla inglés. So they were like, okay, let me call backup. So he calls backup. Backup gets over there. And I'm presuming they just didn't have anybody on the force that spoke Spanish. I don't know. but the guy gets there, and the main police officer's like, okay, just follow along with whatever I say. And so he goes over there, and he's like, yeah, I arrest these guys, or I've got these guys standing on the side. I'm trying to figure out who was driving, but none of them speak English. Do you speak Spanish? He's like, no, I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. He was like, well, either way, I think I'm going to arrest the guy that's wearing the blue shoes. And as soon as he says that, every single one of them looks down at their feet. So they understand English because they want to know which one of them's wearing blue shoes. And he's like, that's what I thought.
That's good. I like that. I love that.
And so they were able to figure out who that was. So lesson learned. You can get your answers when you need them if you think real hard.
All right, I have another lesson learned for you. All right, her whole family thinks I'm a jackass. This is probably where it comes from anyway. Sorry, the mic's giving me troubles. Stop whispering to me back.
Stop taking it from me.
Ah! Sorry. Can you still hear me? Hold on. I'm going to do something. It's going to be loud. All right. I unplugged something. All right, that's better. Okay, what I was saying was...
Why'd you take the mic? You just took it like you was going to run with it.
Yeah, sorry. Shit. Here we go. All right. But her whole family thinks I'm a jackass, basically, and this is probably one of the reasons, and here's my lesson learned. Does anyone think when you ride on the back of a vehicle and like on the outside, like you see the outside ground passing by your feet, think that you can stand up and the car will just continue to go and you just stay still? No, that doesn't fucking work. When you stand up from that moving car, no matter how fast it's going, you're going to tumble. You're going to tumble fast.
You're going to tumble fast.
Lesson learned. Don't do it.
Well, also another lesson learned, don't let Steve drive a vehicle. And
why does it matter if I drive a vehicle?
Well, if you have a hatchback vehicle,
yeah.
and Steve's driving it, and he yells, "Come on!" and starts driving, and you run and jump midair to jump in, don't let him drive, because he'll just hit the fucking brakes, and you'll slam into the back seats, and hardly remember the rest of your day.
But for my, what's that called? For my safety? No,
for your safety?
What's that? What do they say when stories like that happen?
I don't know. In your defense?
Oh, in my defense, she was not pregnant.
At the time.
Where you going?
I'm letting Titan in.
Oh, she's letting Titan in.
He's whining.
Yeah, that's another mistake I made. Get too many dogs in this small little house.
You wanted him.
I saved them all.
You wanted him.
He was a big dog, and he looks so sweet.
He is really sweet, but he's also troublesome as shit.
Yeah.
I love him. Amber, don't get mad.
Lay it down.
We love him very much.
Well, he's more obedient than the other dogs we have.
That's very true.
That's very, very true.
He listens. Although he did get into a fight yesterday.
You hear? You gonna say something, Dane? Yeah? Is that all you gotta say?
Stuff to take?
You want to bark? Yeah? No? All right, he breathed. Okay, go away. You're doing audio.
Go ahead there, buddy.
I can't think of another. I had so many.
Well, while you're thinking of that, I have another police joke.
Tell me the police joke.
Well, I don't even know if it's really a joke. More so as something that happened. But apparently, you know how everybody's talking about all this stuff going on, and police can't do anything to defend themselves or defend anybody else. So apparently back in the day, the one cop arrested this dude for, I don't know, he's cracked out or whatever. And so he put him in the back of the cop car, and they have that mesh metal window in the back of the cop car that lead up to the front. Yeah. And so the cop looked in the rearview mirror, and he seen that he was like trying to work up spit so he could spit through it. And so in that moment, the cop said, "Look out for that dog," and slammed on the brakes, and then wham! The dude slammed that grate. And so he had to go to the hospital because it busted his face open. And so when he got to the hospital, it was just like, you were in police custody. We need to know what happened. He was like, "All I know is I heard him yell, 'Look out for that dog.' That's all I remember."
Do you think he did it on purpose?
Oh, fuck yeah, he did that on purpose.
Yeah, I would do the same thing, too. Just shout out, "Look out for that dog."
I mean, back in the day, you didn't really have to, worry about nothing. And I'm 80% sure that color was nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, today, everything has to do with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both subject and police officer was white, so.
Yeah, around here, stuff like that don't matter. That I know of. I don't really pay attention.
I've never heard of anybody having any complaints around here.
Me neither. I even asked some of my I don't know the term. I mean, when they say African American, none of them has been to African. We talked about this.
Actually, a lot of our friends get offended by that because they're like, "I ain't been there. I'm American.
Goes,
don't you dare say I'm not American."
He goes, he goes, "I'm black." I'm like, all right. Well, I asked him, I said, "Do you ever experience racism?" And he's like, "Nah, I met the KKK once." I said, "Dude, how the fuck that go?" He goes, "One opened the door for me. It's cool shit." I'm like, damn.
See, around here, it's just a lot different.
Yeah.
We're in the South, but we're not, in the South.
Now, you don't hear the banjos and the sisters and brothers screaming.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah. Go, brother, go. Fuck, it is hot in here.
It is really hot.
I have the air conditioner off in here because it creates noise.
Although, I did want to talk about another...
Who's Bo?
I said although, not all Bo. No, Bo, no. I thought you said go, Bo, go.
Mm.
Anyway, we were talking about religion and church and stuff like that the other day. And somehow we got onto the subject of the old church that I used to attend, which was a Baptist church. And this is when I was a kid. And we went there for many years. And the pastor, we had left because there was a falling out between quite a few of the adults and the pastor. So a little ways down the line, we knew one of the deacons that was still in the church, and he talked to my dad and I frequently. And he told us about how the pastor let this younger woman, because I'd say he's probably in his 50s, late 40s, early 50s, let a younger woman, or younger than him, stay with him and his wife, because they wanted to be, thank you, Steve.
Sorry.
They wanted to, Steve, please stop touching
sorry.
everything, baby.
I'm so sorry. Continue.
So they wanted to be helpful and help her, get it back on her feet. So she lived with them. Well, little time goes by, and the deacon comes into the office of the pastor and sees that him and this girl just kiss, it wasn't like a, "Thank you, pastor, God bless." Yeah, it wasn't like that. It was like a all right, see you after the sermon. And he was like, your wife's right out there. Yeah, that's kind of what he was afraid was going to happen. And so he was like, "No, that's my business. You have you have nothing to say about this." So they get to the actual sermon the next Sunday, and apparently news had got out about their relationship, their little their throuple relationship. And
what the fuck, the throuple?
It's a threesome couple.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like some kind of chocolate truffle.
No. And
I guess that would be a chocolate truffle.
So he gets up in front of the congregation, and the one woman is on one side, his wife of 30 some years is on the other side, holding their hands all together. And he said that was his life, that's how he was going to live it, and he didn't want anybody talking about him and his family, and he was done with the church. Can you wait till after I'm done?
And that's how it went. That's exactly how it went.
But yeah, no, nobody clapped because he just left mid-sermon. So it was just what just happened? Because Baptists...
Is that the one around here? Or was that the one you was telling me about you saw?
No, that was my old preacher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was my old preacher. And then what I was telling you about the other day that Dad had told me was that these other people that went to church with us had left that church and went to another. Now, what that denomination was, I have no idea. But they went to church there for, I guess, a couple years. And apparently, sometime about a month and a half ago, the pastor there decided to get up in front of the congregation and ask for forgiveness because he felt awful that he had been cheating on his wife with other women. And, his wife did not know this prior to the sermon. She had no idea what was going on. So, she's not only shocked that he is admitting adultery in front of the whole church, but then proceeds to point out the married women of the congregation that he was having sex with. And their husbands didn't know, and the women didn't know that he was going to admit it.
If that happened to me, and that was you was involved in something like that, which I highly doubt, I never think you'd ever do that. No. But I'd burn down the church.
Yeah, well, yep.
Before everyone got out.
But the thing about it was that's so crazy is the preacher was so proud of himself for coming out and saying that, everybody makes mistakes. We all mess up. We're all human. This is why we're not God. This is why we needed Jesus. That he was so proud of that fact that he got the local newspaper to come take pictures and put the story in the newspaper.
Wait a minute. Did he just say Jesus never made mistakes?
No. Well, no. Jesus.
I bet he put up a crooked shelf at least once or twice. He says he was a carpenter. You ever try to build a table that's perfectly square?
Jesus was the one that come up with measure twice, cut once.
I usually measure 3 or 4 times with my wife and cut about 9. Then I got to go back and get more wood because I cut too much.
No, it's because you don't listen to my measurements.
Your measurements suck.
No, really?
I'm sorry. I love you. Please don't stop.
Really? Okay. I don't need to help you no more then.
All you may know, my mic is spitting. I cannot read a ruler. Which I do not give a fuck if I'm made fun of about that because it's legitimate. It's a real disease. That's what I'm calling it, and that's what I'm sticking with it. It's a disease.
Is it because of the autism in your eye?
I have autism in my left eye.
No, you don't.
Right eye, sorry. And she does all the measuring for me, she is ideal at doing that. But my type of measurement is about give me 24 and 2 of them clicks things. 24 and 2 clicks?
24, 2 clicks.
No, the 24 and the 2 clicks, and then the long click after that one. I don't give a fuck. I know 24 and a half, but that's about it.
Just 24 and not 23 and a half.
Well, you know what I mean. I know all the other number halves.
Only 24 and a half.
It just when it comes to like 7/16 and 16 and 16 and whatever the fuck it is, I don't want to do it.
Well, either way,
I have a disease. I can't learn math. Actually, that is one.
Okay, you have not been diagnosed with that disease. I showed you because it was on TikTok.
Same symptoms, bitch.
No. But anyway, what we were talking about...
Fuck, it is so hot in here. I'm sweating back to my knees. I need a dip.
No, Steve.
Let me just lick these empty cans.
No. Either way, when I was talking to my dad about it, and he was talking about, really crazy church stories that we had been talking about, I heard another story of this, and I won't say who, but I heard this other story.
You can't say who. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I had to mouth it to him. He knows he was present. I told him.
She said.
Yeah,
let me tell you the person's name again.
Either way. So there was she talked about this Catholic school / church that she used to attend / her ex-husband at this time, or ex-husband now, husband at the time, his child from another relationship attended this Catholic school. So they were part of it, and they helped with all the fish fries and all these things that they done, and it was really, really nice. And so she really, really liked going there because they seemed to be like really connected, like a big family. And so she helped a lot. So when she did the helping, she was like cooking and washing dishes, and so she was behind the scenes a lot. So she didn't really get to see everybody out and about. Behind the scenes. So she did say that they sold beer and alcohol at like every function that they had, except for
sorry, wrong button.
at the school functions. They did draw a line at school functions, unless they were games. Then they sold alcohol to people that were old enough. And so I said that was interesting that a church, but then Catholic is a little bit different, and I've never been to a Catholic church, so I don't really know.
Don't they like the Pope?
Yes, they're the ones that like the Pope.
How come we don't like the Pope?
Well, it's not that we don't like the Pope; it's just we need the Pope. I don't really know. I'm not a very good Christian.
Do you need the Pope? No, I'm good. I went to go Pope after. Here's the church. Here's my steeple.
But so she was talking about all the things that she noticed when she said that at one of the carnivals that they would do, because they did carnivals quite often, that they would have a tent for 21 and over for gambling. Like they had, this was for the church in the church parking lot. Did you just fart?
I don't think the mic picked it up. So
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Continue.
Steve farted. Anyway,
not.
so they had a gambling tent along with the alcohol that they did. Well, then come to find out later on, there was a bar in the basement of said church, and they had a huge liquor cabinet full of alcohol for the men's club.
Can't you just hear it? If you're gonna sodomize anywhere, do it in Jesus' basement. Fuck your sister's hair.
No,
Let Jesus give you the snake eyes that you need to win.
So we were making jokes that because they were doing all this other shit, my dad said that he wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have a stripper pole down in the basement of the church. And I said that this particular person was called Mother Teresa. Or no, Mother Superior. Call me Mother Superior.
Mother Superior.
Mother Superior. And I can see it now. Did you tithe this week, Brother Jeffrey? And he's just like throwing ones out. It's like, I tithed half of my paycheck this week.
I'll be throwing quarters.
Why did you push it so close to me, but so far from you if you're still talking?
I said I'd be throwing quarters, but what I was trying to say to you while you're doing that is, Bob, damn it, it is so fucking hot in here. My earmuffs are sweating.
Earmuffs?
I'm not wearing earmuffs. It's headgear. It's not headgear. It's speakers in my head. What are these called?
It's headphones. I mean, he has to wear a helmet.
Yeah. I'm wearing headphones to hear the audio as we play it. So is she. That's why we can hear stuff so good.
But
we're actually cutting this maybe short. A little shorter than an hour.
I wasn't done with my story, but okay.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know this.
That's
yeah.
cool. Like,
here,
whatever.
Continue your story.
No, I was just going to say that we were joking about the strip club in the church, and that's pretty much it, I guess.
Oh, is that it?
No, I had more,
You
but I
lied to
forgot
me.
it. I forgot it because you cut me through. Like, you cut it because
sorry.
you're hot.
I'm sweating so bad right now. I think my nipples are wet.
Why don't you just get naked?
Fuck, I am halfway naked. I'm wearing like these like high school PE shorts. I still have them, and I'm like, when did I graduate? Like fucking forever ago.
2013.
Yeah, 2013.
Yeah.
That's weird. Friday the 13th when our baby's gonna
Honey,
be
that has
known.
nothing to do with nothing. That has nothing to do with nothing. No, there's no conspiracy.
But sorry guys, but it is super fucking hot
So
in here.
I think it is a good idea that we cut this one short because Steve literally has not stopped moving this whole fucking
Yeah,
time.
that's probably why I'm sweating. I'm literally drenched. I'm over here just like pumping it.
Yeah, well, he keeps touching everything on the desk. He keeps swiveling around. He keeps taking the mic from me and putting it back in my face, like now. Obviously, sounds like I'm a lot closer. Like, it's just, he can't stop. So maybe next week it'll be a lot better.
Yeah.
Because he'll be a week off of dip. So then that would be a lot easier to deal with.
If you don't hear from us, I'm in the hospital.
No, he won't be in the hospital. He'll be fine.
Because some grown man knocked my ass down trying to get some D for some D.
I think Titan has something to say.
Hi, would you like something to say? I agree. The bitches are bitches. They are wet as they can be.
He won't.
All right.
He won't do it with his mouth open. He just sniffs.
All right. My mic has come off this table.
Table?
Okay.
His table.
Yeah. All right. We're doing this. We're going old school.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much.
I'm sorry for this episode. It probably would have been a lot better if Steve was sober.
Sober?
And not having withdrawals.
No, I mean, I am sober. I'm just really, really hot right now. It's hard to explain, but I am sweating from every compulsion. What is that? What does that even mean?
Every compulsion?
I don't know what that means.
Orifice?
There we go. I like that better.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but
I'm
hey,
so sorry.
thank
And,
y'all so much.
notice I'm in the same room, and
Yep.
I'm not near as
You're
hot.
dry as a bone.
Yeah, because I'm not getting over withdrawals.
Well, I won't leave y'all empty-handed. Let grandmas take you out.
Grandma's?
Did you get my idea about shaving the beaver? The grandma's dog would like something to say.
No, he just turned his head.
Bitches be trifling.
Is that what he said?
He said bitches be trifling.
Well,
God damn it, it's hot in here. I'm going through menopause, which has nothing to joke about. It's very serious.
no, you can joke about it. Every woman goes through it. It just sucks.
Yeah, I know. Are you going through menopause?
I'm pregnant.
So no?
No. Oh, although I do want to tell something stupid you did.
What?
When we were parked and you decided to giggle at the window and look me in the eye and goes, I have something to say to you? No. I get to tell this.
Fine. You only get to tell it in that voice.
Okay, fine.
Which, let me defend myself. I just thought of something funny to say. I did not mean it.
So either way, I'm a little bit of a bigger girl. You know, I'm a little chunky. So, I've always had a belly.
Ah.
So, he leans in the window and goes,
You're going to make it sound so bad.
No, I'm not. He goes, hee. If I say this, will it hurt your feelings? I said, if you have to ask that, then probably. And he goes, but it's funny. I was like, okay, what? And so he leans his hand in and lays it on my stomach and goes, how much of this is baby?
Shut up.
No,
You freak.
it's still upsetting.
Well, at least I'm not the one with a baby in me.
It's your fault.
I know it is my fault. You tricked me.
I didn't trick you.
Okay. All right, that's done.
And for my defense, I just thought it'd be something funny to say. I did not mean her in general. I just think it'd be funny.
Also, he decided that ever since I've gotten pregnant, and somebody keeps asking me, do I have a baby bump? And Zach asked me the other way, he was like, oh, you're starting to get a baby bump. That's adorable. And Steve goes, she's had a bump.
Oh, I'm playing with her.
You don't play about that shit with a pregnant lady.
You're a dick.
You're a dick.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you so much.
Oh, although I really quickly, I do
Okay,
have to
okay,
say,
okay.
when we were at Walmart and we were shopping, and he asked me what size pants he wears.
Oh, you should tell him about my
because-
shirt I was wearing.
But what size pants he wears, and we're shopping around. He goes, I like these, honey. What size do I wear? I said 40, 30, or I said 40s, and he goes, and just looked at me like I slapped his mama and called her a hoe in the middle of Walmart, which would not be true, mama. Please don't take that offensively. I'm just saying that's how he reacted. And Zach just stared at him, and he was like, I do not wear 40s. I have never wear 40s. I said, yes, you do wear 40s, 40, 30, or 40, 29 if I can find them because you're short. And he was like, I do not. So then he grabbed these 38s, and he goes, I'll show you. I'll fit in these things. I said, okay, fine. So we get halfway home, and he's thinking about it, and he goes, you know, I think you're right. I think I do wear 40s.
Which I did fit in them.
He could fit in the 38s, but it's because the waistband was stretchy. If they hadn't have been stretchy, then he wouldn't have been able to fit in it.
I'm not that
so
fucking big.
how much of that is baby?
None of it. I mean, depending on what day it is, it could be mostly baby.
Oh, also, I want to tell Mama that any shirts that you... Damn it, Steven. He shoved the mic in my mouth. Any shirts that you buy, Steve, he wears them, even if it's inappropriate. And the shirt that you bought him that says, fuck you, you fucking fuck, he wore
bought that.
Yeah, his mama bought it for him. He wore it to the Mexican restaurant when we went out to lunch. He wore it to Walmart when we went shopping. He wore it to the antique store. We went to the antique store. And
literally-
so many angry old ladies.
She said if looks can kill, I'd be dead already.
Yeah, like...
And I mean, like, these women are looking at me like, how dare you wear that out in public? And I just wanted them to say something. I was going to say, my mama bought this for me. Go fuck yourself.
This one woman, whole ass, turned herself around, looked at her husband, who then immediately looked at Steve, so I noticed it, and said, that shirt. And that's all I got out of it was that shirt. And he was like, and she goes, really? and just turned around and walked away.
I love wearing shit like that. Stuff that just makes people mad. And it's not even... Fuck is literally another word for, like, sex.
I mean, if your kid can read it, good for you. At
Yeah,
least your kid can read.
good that your kid can fucking read. Go fuck you fucking fuck. We don't give a fuck, Bob, damn it. Yeah, it's just a nice vocabulary for you people.
Yeah.
You people?
Oh, my God. We're not trying to be racist. We just mean you're all fucking idiots.
No,
Like
you
us.
do not insult our constituents.
Our constituents. Is you is or is you ain't my constituents.
Is you is or is you ain't my constituents. Rules is rules, bitch. Rules is rules.
Rules is rules.
All right, that's all we got for you today. It's fucking hot.
Yeah, it is kind of warm.
Yeah, we're a little more energetic.
Steve's a little moist.
So moist. But thank y'all so much, and thank y'all for listening. We're getting a lot of views on the other episodes that we publish. I was going to say podcast. Like, it's the only one we do. Go ahead.
We do want to say that it was brought to our attention that if you are listening with Podbean, there may be an issue with the website because it sounds very glitchy, but our listeners on Spotify so far seem to be okay, and they're not having any issues. So if you can hear this and you're listening to it on Podbean, I'm so sorry. I apologize. That's a technical issue that's out of our hands. It's the website itself. I don't know how to fix that.
And if any of y'all hear any kind of glitching, it's not on Podbean or anything else, please email us and let us know so we can get that fixed.
Yeah, because we don't listen to our own stuff on Spotify. I guess we should.
I do when I get bored.
Well, but thank you guys for listening to us. And sorry that this one's a shorter episode, but we'll have a longer episode next week.
20 minutes shorter.
And we'll also have the gender of our baby, hopefully.
Yeah, y'all know the gender of our baby. It could be boy, girl, or both. Or dragon.
Although somebody did say, "Oh, nowadays there's so many options." I was like, "No, no."
I mean,
there's not so many options.
I don't mean to offend nobody.
I do.
But I'm hearing this a lot lately, and this is before we go. If you have a testicle or penis, go in the boys' bathroom.
Yeah.
If you have a hole or vagina, a twat, a kumquat, whatever you call it these days, you belong in the women's bathroom. If you are a girl with a penis, I guess go in the men's bathroom because you have a penis.
But at the same time, who in the girls' bathroom is going to argue with you because we're not going to see you?
Yeah. I just don't, because people get weirded out. Because, like, if I have a daughter and she goes in the bathroom with you,
Yeah.
and I see a man walk in there, and he goes in there, and he let's say he has a penis. He hasn't been tried, but he thinks of himself as a woman. He identifies as a woman, but he has a penis. He can have what's that called? An option to actually do something that would not be pleasant.
Yeah.
If he wanted to, and then anyone can take advantage of that. It's all these other people wanting to take advantage of doing shit like that. Because I can go say I identify as this.
But you know what's sad is the fact that you could be a man identifying as a woman going into a bathroom, and most likely nothing's going to happen, but somebody's going to scream and yell at you. You might get one or two trigger happy women that's like, get out. But if you are a man that looks like a woman and you go to a men's bathroom because you have the genitalia to go to the men's bathroom, there's a chance you could actually get seriously hurt because men are stupid. Yeah. And then they fight. So then there's the big part. Because if you're
the way I fixed it is I like to pee outside.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
And I have an announcement to make. There was a new gender I'd like to let to know to y'all's attention.
Oh, Lord.
What is it called? Qualify? Not qualify. I identify as a new gender of Steve, and I deserve my own bathroom. No fighting, no fussing. So if you identify as a Steve too, let me know. I'm looking for more like me. Like-minded Steves.
Can I identify as a millionaire and be rich?
Shit.
That would be awesome.
I'm going to identify as a squirrel so I can crawl up that ass. Alright, we're done for today. I hope y'all have a good day and enjoy the rest of your week. Don't work too hard and think about us.
Yeah. We love you guys. Thank you for listening.
We think about you. Alright, until next time.
Bye.
Bye.